Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Laveenia. Happy birthday to you. Hello everyone, it's Age Graceful. Welcome to my channel. For those of you who know me, I miss you so much. And for all the new subscribers, thank you so much for your love and your support. I appreciate you joining on the Age Graceful team. So I'm here today, of course, to celebrate Laveenia, but it's within our Beauty Over 40 makeup collab. For this month's theme, in honor of her birthday, she wanted everybody to wear blue. She didn't give us a shade of blue, so it's up to everybody's interpretation. So this is my interpretation of blue. And if you want to see how I got here, I have all the steps right after this intro. After you watch my video, please, please go over to all the other ladies' channels to support them and show them some love. I appreciate you guys so much. Love you. Happy birthday, Laveenia. Enjoy the video, everyone. So this is a new eyebrow pencil that I purchased for $5 from the stylist who does my eyebrows. She threads them for me on occasion. I don't get them done often. They don't grow in very fast. So I'm just going to use this brown pencil to deepen the color. It has its own sharpener, and I like that when you sharpen it, it comes out very clean. It only takes like 2 turns of the pencil and the sharpener to get a really nice point on it. So here I'm deepening in the color of my natural eyebrows. This color works absolutely perfect with the shade of my natural hairs. So I'm going up under my eyebrow and on top of my eyebrow, and then I fill it in with small hair-like strokes. Now I just took a spoolie and kind of like brushed it in so it has a more natural look. Here I'm using the concealer by LA Pro Girl in the shade Fawn to kind of clean up the area around my brows. Now I'm using a fluffy flat brush to tap in the concealer, and I'm going to do this until it dries, and then that allows for the shadow to go on much smoother, and this fills in any creases and pores that you have in your skin. Next, I'm applying an eyeshadow primer to the crease and my lid. This primer is by Pretty Vulgar. It's very lightweight, and I'm going to tap that in until it dries as well. I'm going to be working out of several palettes today, but first I'm going to be using the Morphe 3502 Second Nature. This first shade that I'm applying is my transition shade, and it's called Universal. And I'm using a cute little shadow brush by the Crayon Case. They're popular for all their products that mimic things that you would use in school, and this brush looks like a pencil. I think it's kind of cute. The next shade that I'm applying is a brown shade, called So Warm, and I'm placing that in the space right above my outer V and gently sweeping it into my crease area. The next shade I'm picking up is a burnt orange shade called Ablaze, and I'm placing that right next to the brown shade. And then I'm going to sweep those two together. I am primarily working on the right side of my face, on my right eye, just because the lighting is a lot better, and you can see I've already done the left eye and blended that out, so now it's time to blend out my right eye. And this is going to take a minute to blend it out properly. Blending is very key in your eyeshadow look. If you don't blend the shades, it just looks like you've pretty much like stamped various colors onto your skin, and they don't incorporate with one another. Now, you do have some looks where the shades are very, very separate from one another. That's very detailed work. A lot of the younger ladies do this, and the looks that they come up with are so unique and so beautiful. This palette is called Playing in Makeup by Yolando, and it's called the Jam Rock. This first shade I'm using is called Flavor, and it's a blue shade. And I'm going to apply this to both the inner and outer corner of my lid, and then I'm going to gently sweep it towards the center to get full coverage. I am really in love with this Jam Rock palette. This palette has the most beautiful, bright, vivid shades. They are very frequently used in the Caribbean and in Jamaica, and every name that is associated with the shade just gives you all things Caribbean. Again, I'm using a fluffy blending brush to blend out these edges and have the colors to have a more incorporated effect. This next shade is called Costume, and again, I'm placing it on the inner and outer V of my lid, and it just makes that blue pop. If you can see this, it's so pretty. And again, it's time to blend out the edges. I think I used a total, when I'm done, maybe 6 or 7 colors of eyeshadow. So I was blending away, but it's something that you have to do. I had a little bit of fallout. The shades are super pigmented, so I'm just using a makeup remover wipe to clean up my skin. Now I'm using a palette that I purchased on Amazon. It's called a Flannel Avocado Greens, and it's a totally green palette. I have been wanting a green palette to use for the spring. I had some things planned. Well, I had so much planned that kind of like, well, blew up. But anyway, this is an all green palette, and this palette does not have any names to the shade, so I'm describing it as a minty green. Next, by Benefit, I'm using the POREfessional Hydrating Face Primer, and I'm gonna apply this to my skin and allow it to set up a little bit before applying my foundation. Next, I'm using my Perfect Color Match by Estee Lauder. This is the Double Wear Foundation in the shade Honey Amber, or SN2. And I'm using a dampened beauty blender sponge to pat this into my skin until it begins to absorb and become tacky and then eventually dry. Once it's all dried up, it provides the most beautiful, smooth finish. Next, I'm using another favorite of mine. This is a concealer by Pretty Vulgar, and the shade is called Undercover. As you notice today, I'm using it in my marionette lines, which as I've aged have become deeper in color or tone. So I'm just using a little bit of the concealer to kind of bring up the shade of my skin in that area. Now I'm just using a dampened concealer sponge to pat this concealer into all the areas that I've highlighted. Next, I'm going to be applying my setting powder by the Crayon Case, and the shade is called Y. It's just the letter Y, and I find that it's a perfect shade for me. I really like it a lot, and I did allow it to bake a little bit while I cooked dinner or started dinner. Now I'm going to be using today just a little bit of blush, and I'm using the ALAMAR blush palette. The shade that I'm using today is called Toasted. Now I'm going to use my eyeliner pencil by Avon. It's an Avon Glimmer Stick. They come in several shades, but I prefer and I absolutely love the shade Black is Black. I'm applying a generous amount of this eyeliner pencil to my waterline. Now you're going to observe me as I pick up and apply the blue shades and the green shades, and I'm going to apply those right below my waterline and kind of blow out that area to give my eyes a more dreamy, deep look. I'm getting close to the end of the video, and I have thoroughly enjoyed putting this together in celebration of Laveenia's birthday and the month of September. Okay guys, one last dip into the Morphe palette to pick up the shade Pure. I'm going to apply this shade to the inner corner of my eye. I'm also going to apply my lashes by Kiss off camera. The style is called Midnight. In my final look, the lippy that I'm going to be wearing is by Maybelline. It's a Stay Put matte, and it's called Lover. I want to thank everyone so much for your support and for watching my videos. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye.